If you ask 10 different Atlanta real estate agents, where is the best place to live, you probably get 10 different answers. And honestly, that is because the question itself is wrong. Atlanta is not one city with one lifestyle. Metro Atlanta is almost like 4 different regions wrapped around one downtown. And depending on which directions you go, north, south, east or west, daily life can feel completely different. And that matters because if you pick the wrong area, you're not just unhappy with the house. You might end up with a commute that wears you out, a location that does not fit your daily routine, school options you did not fully research, or neighborhood pace that feels either too quiet or too busy for the way you actually live. So today I'm breaking down North, South, East, and West Atlanta. We are going to talk about the cities, the lifestyle, the housing, the commute, the pros and trades-off, and what people usually do not realize until after they already moved. Let's start with the North Atlanta. When people talk about the north side of Metro, they're usually talking about places like Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Suwanee, Buford, Braselton, and Cumming. These areas are known for newer development, strong job centers, shopping, restaurants, and a very active suburban lifestyle. A lot of people are drawn to these directions because of the business growth along the Georgia 400 corridor and the northern suburbs. Alpharetta, for example, has become known for technology, corporate office, and professional jobs. If you work in the tech, finance, healthcare, corporate, or anything connected to that north side business corridor, this area might make your daily commute much easier. And let's be honest, in Atlanta, commute is not a small detail. It can change your whole life. Housing on the north side often includes newer constructions, planned communities, swim and tennis neighborhoods, townhomes, larger single-family homes, and communities with HOA amenities. You will see a lot of modern floor plan, open kitchen, home offices, 3-car garage, and some neighborhoods and communities feature pools, tennis court, playgrounds, walking trails, and sometimes golf access. Schools are also a major reason many buyers research this side of the town. Districts in parts of the North Fulton, Forsyth, Gwinnett, and surrounding area are part of the conversations for people comparing schools options. But here is the trade-off. North Atlanta can be more expensive. Home prices are higher, and the popular area move quickly when homes are priced well. You might also have HOA dues, community rules, and less flexible depending on the neighborhood. So the bottom line is this: if you want newer communities, strong job access, suburban convenience, shopping, restaurants, and you are comfortable with more polished HOA lifestyle, North Atlanta might be a great fit to explore. Now let's go east. On the east side, we are talking about areas like Lawrenceville, Grayson, Loganville, Snellville, Dacula, and part of Gwinnett and Walton County. The personality change here. East Metro Atlanta is known for value, established neighborhoods, and a wide variety of home and a very community-centered feel. You can often get more home for your money compared to some of the more expensive northern suburbs. That might mean more square footage, a larger lot, or a lower price point depending on the exact location and neighborhood. For many buyers, this is where the budget starts to breathe a little bit. You might find older homes with character, newer constructions farther out, townhomes, ranch homes, basement neighborhoods that feel more settled. This side of town also has a strong mix of local restaurants, small business park, shopping center, and everyday convenience. The trade-off is commute. If you work in downtown Atlanta, Buckhead, Midtown, or North Side, you really need to calculate drive times before you fall in love with the house. I-85, Highway 78, and other major roads can get busy, especially during rush hour. And school option, just like anywhere else in Metro Atlanta, can vary from one neighborhood to another, so you want to research carefully before that matter comes to you. The bottom line, if affordability, space, and a strong residential feel are high in your list, East Atlanta can offer serious value. Now let's talk about the west side. This includes like Marietta, Powder Spring, Dallas, Acworth, and parts of Cobb and Paulding County. The word that comes in mind here is space. A lot of west side neighborhoods feel more established. You might see mature trees, larger lots, older homes, and neighborhoods that have been around long enough to have that lived-in character. Marietta is a great example. If you have been in Marietta historic square, restaurants, shop, events, and beautiful older neighborhoods tells all. Then, as you move farther out towards Powder Spring, Dallas, and Paulding County, you might find more land, newer constructions, and more breathing room. For buyers who want privacy and a bigger yard, or just more space between neighbors, the west side can be very attractive. The trade-off, some homes might need updates because many neighborhoods are more established. You might see older kitchen, older bathroom, older systems, or layouts. They are not as open as the newer construction. Also, depending on where you are, you might be farther from MARTA, major highway, and certain job centers. So you have to balance space with commute. The bottom line, if you want land, character, established neighborhood, and value over the flash, West Atlanta, it's worth a serious look. And finally, let's go south. South Metro Atlanta includes Peachtree City, Newnan, Fayetteville, Tyrone, and surrounding areas. And this side feels very different from the rest of the Metro Atlanta. Peachtree City is famous for its golf cart lifestyle. There are miles and miles of golf cart paths connecting neighborhoods, shopping, parks, and everyday shops. It is not a cute little detail. For many residents, it is actually part of daily life. Newnan has a beautiful historic downtown with 3 lined streets, local restaurants, shops, and a slower pace. Fayetteville offers a mix of established neighborhoods, newer development, and access to shopping, dining, and community amenities. One of the biggest advantages of the south side is airport access. If you travel often for work or want to be close to the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, living south of the city can be a huge convenience. Instead of fighting your way across the metro, you might be much closer and the busiest airport in the world. But the trade-off is location. If your job, family, or daily routine is mostly north of Atlanta, you need to be honest about the commute. South Metro can be a wonderful fit, but only if it lines up with lifestyle and where you actually spend your time. The bottom line, if you want a slower pace, small town charm, more space, and easier airport access, South Atlanta offers something very different from the rest of the metro. So after all of that, which side of Atlanta it's the best? Here is the truth. There is no one side best in Atlanta. There is only side that fits your life. North Atlanta gives you newer communities, job centers, shopping, and suburban convenience. East Atlanta gives you value, space, and a strong residential feel. West Atlanta gives you land, characters, and established neighborhoods. South Atlanta gives you a slower pace, charm, and airport convenience. The real question is not which direction is better. The real question is which directions match the way I actually want to live. Because a beautiful kitchen will not fix a bad commute. A big backyard will not matter if you are too far from everything you need. A popular neighborhood is not automatically the right neighborhood for you. So before you choose a house, choose the lifestyle. If you're thinking about moving to Metro Atlanta and you're trying to figure out whether north, south, east, or west makes the most sense, comment below and tell me what matters most to you. Commute, budget, school, space, or lifestyle, and I will help you point you in the right directions. And if this video helped you understand Atlanta a little better, make sure to subscribe. I break down real estate, lifestyle, and relocation tips across Metro Atlanta and North Georgia every week, and I will see you in the next video.